results, that would have been a good option for the upcoming season. But unfortunately, they chose a different road.
And I also think you did something interesting with Sahal last year, because he is one of those players who a lot of people are expecting to be the next big thing. But for all, he's very good on the eye, the way he plays and everything. But his numbers are not been up there. It's been the case for a long time now. And last year
Uh,
you pulled it out. Yeah. So what was
yeah,
the?
that's it. It's a thing is, and I compared it. I had an interview a few days ago where I compare it with if especially for a man, if you see a beautiful lady who the aesthetics, she looks very beautiful, you're very easily distracted on the actual character of the woman. So it's the same thing in football. The coach is um, is judged by his results, but for him to get the results, yeah, he can have certain excuses, and by excuses I mean reasons. It's the same for a player. Sahal is a player on the eye, has fantastic skills, but the effectiveness over, yeah, I said it, yeah, I had 47 games. I took 47 games from this season, the last season, plus the national team altogether, had 2 assists and 1 goal. That's not high for a very attacking, promising player. But I never made a problem out of that because I know that a player who is young, who still needs to learn, who will get his time. But yeah, in the end, people keep looking at if he made one nutmeg or a beautiful dribble, then yeah, why is he not playing? So it has to be in a relationship to what actually is the outcome. And some players, and I go back to Jessel, who played the last seasons in the Goa League, and that is like lower than I League. He actually picked up very quickly, but he also has more experience. He is longer into football. He's actually not young, but he picked up very quick the information. And for Sahal, it was a complete different story. I still stand behind my statements that I would make him the best Indian midfielder out there if you get the time. But in the end, it also has to start with the player to pick up information. And he was starting to be better in the end of the season where he got more playing time.
I think you've been in India for a while now. You played Malparag and then East Bengal and all that. So do you feel, coming from the Dutch school of football also, that we are not getting enough training for the players? Because when you get them at 21, 22, he still has to learn a lot of basics like receiving on the half turn, looking over the shoulders, a lot of things that Indian players don't do.
Yeah, it's. I go just very shortly back to Sahel. Sahel is I think 23 now, and normally at that age you should be peaking, and you get your most strength when you are 26, 27, because then the knowledge, the tactical vision and the physical is then you are at your peak. But once you're 22, 23, you really start to be have to start to be a regular player. But if your background, so when you don't have a certain education when you were younger, yeah, then you still have to catch up. So even in India, players who are 20 are seen as young. I mean, you are young, but they seem to still need to pick up certain tactical information that normally, yeah, younger players in Holland already start being educated in when you're 12, 13, 14 years old. So certain basics, and as you said, looking over the shoulder, your positioning, and it's not like a 12 or 30-year-old already knows all these things, but he already gets introduced to it. So it becomes a gradual learning curve. And yeah, that's in India a huge lack, that's for sure.